Good morning, students. The last session, our discussion is about coagulation. Coagulation is the process of precipitation of a colloid. It can be done either by directly mixing two oppositely charged colloid or by adding excess of electrolyte. The beginning of coagulation is normally denoted by the word flocculation. Flocculation value means it is the minimum millimoles of electrolyte added per liter of a solution or a colloid to bring complete coagulation. That is called flocculation value. In relation with this flocculation, there is a rule which is called Hardy-Schulze rule. That Hardy-Schulze rule states that greater the valency, greater is its coagulating power. That is, coagulating power increases with the valency. And we discussed how this coagulating power of cation as well as anion increases for coagulating an oppositely charged colloid. Okay, clear? Next part is protective colloid. Protective colloid and protective colloid. While we are differentiating colloids into lyophilic and lyophobic, the major difference is that lyophilic salt is stable, and due to the stability, they are not easily coagulated by adding small amount of electrolyte. On the other hand, lyophobic salts are less stable and hence they easily undergo coagulation. In order to understand this concept clearly, I just give a schematic representation here. Don't think that colloids are of big size. Okay. Here, suppose this is the representation of a lyophobic salt. This represents a lyophobic salt. When small amount of electrolyte is added to this lyophobic salt, what happens? Immediate coagulation takes place because they are less stable. In order to prevent the coagulation of lyophobic salt, some lyophilic salt is added. It is believed that this lyophilic salt makes a protective layer over the lyophobic and prevents the lyophobic from coagulation. Okay, clear? Once so, this represents lyophobic salt. If we add an electrolyte directly to this lyophobic salt, immediate coagulation will be taking place. And in order to prevent the coagulation of lyophobic salt, some lyophilic salt is added. Okay. This lyophilic makes a protective layer over lyophobic and prevent its coagulation. This process is called protection. It is called protection, and the lyophilic salt added is called the protective colloid. Okay. Lyophilic salt is the protective colloid which protect the lyophobic from coagulation. And normally in biology you have studied about this structure of neuron. This neuron axon is normally protected by a layer like myelin sheath, like that. This lyophobic is prevented from coagulation by the addition of lyophilic salt, which is the protective colloid. And the next point that is not included in our syllabus, and after completing this lesson, I already sent the deleted topic from chemistry to you, and once more I just recollect what are the areas deleted from this topic, surface chemistry. And next term, that is not included in our syllabus, but it is important for competitive exam. That is why I just mentioned that term. In related to protective colloid, you can easily understand that. That is nothing but gold number. Gold number. That is the protective action, protective power of a lyophilic salt is measured or expressed in terms of gold number. Gold number of a protective colloid, that is lyophilic salt, is the minimum number of milligram of the protective colloid. Minimum number of milligram of the protective colloid required to prevent the coagulation of 10 ml of standard gold salt by the addition of 1 ml of 10% sodium chloride solution. It is very clear that gold salt is a lyophobic salt. Sodium chloride is an electrolyte. When an electrolyte is added to lyophobic salt, coagulation takes place. In order to prevent the coagulation of this lyophobic salt, what is the amount of lyophilic salt in milligram? That is called gold number. And in competitive level examination, question asked based on this gold number. And one more point related to this is, lower the gold number, higher is the protective action. Lower the gold number, higher is the protective action. Suppose multiple choice questions in the form like the gold number of 4 protective colloid, namely A, B, C, D are 0.01, 0.25, 0.001 and 0.1. Arrange them in the increasing order of the protective action. Here gold number of 4 protective colloids are given. And you have to arrange them in the increasing order of their protective action. Lower the gold number, higher is the protective action. Clear? And one more thing, the gold number is always expressed in milligram. If they are provided in gram, you have to convert them into milligram. Always gold number is expressed in terms of milligram. Next, starch, gelatin, they are good protective colloid. You know, gelatin is usually added in ice cream to prevent the coagulation or crystallization as well as to stabilize the mix. That is the role of gelatin during the preparation of ice creams. And next area, that is about application of colloids. Application of colloids. What are the major applications of colloid? You know, most of the pharmaceutical preparations, simply called medicines, are in the form of colloid. Medicines are in the form of colloid as they are easily assimilated or absorbed by the body. All medicines are in the form of colloid since they are easily absorbed by the body. And milk is a type of emulsion. It is considered as a balanced diet. Balanced diet. Then electrical property of colloid. Electrical property of colloid is used in electrodeposition of rubber on metals. Electrodeposition of rubber on metals. Rubber latex is a negatively charged salt, and the utensils or instrument mainly used for electrical work. Rubber is an insulator or bad conductor of electricity. So, electrodeposition of rubber on metal is based on the electrical property of colloid. And the second one is Cotterell's smoke precipitator. Cotterell's smoke precipitator. Cotterell smoke precipitator means in certain factories lot of outlets are there to exhaust gases, smoke, and if the amount of smoke increases considerably, it causes atmospheric pollution. And in order to minimize that, an electrically charged plate is kept at the mouth of chimneys, and when smoke enters through this outlet, smoke is a colloidal system which contains carbon and dust. The carbon and dust particle get deposited in the charged plate, and the remaining gas is free from carbon and dust. That is called a Cotterell smoke precipitator, which is also based on the electrical property. And the third one is sewage disposal. Sewage disposal, that is in drainage. When an electrically charged plate is kept across this drainage, this colloidal muddy particle get deposited, colloidal ranged particle deposited on the charged plate, and after a long time this deposited material can be removed and can be used as a manure. That is, due to this electrical property of this colloidal range, muddy particles and other particles get deposited on the charged plate, and this pollution can be minimized to a certain extent. That is the application, that is electrical property of colloid, electrodeposition of rubber on metal, Cotterell smoke precipitator, I think it is clear to you, and sewage disposal. Next, third one is alums. Alums are used for the purification of water. Alums are used for the purification of water. And the next chapter I discuss here is about coordination compound. In that I explain what you mean by alums. Simply alums are double salt. You know, potash alum, double salt, that contains two salt, double salt, that belongs to the class double salt. Alums are used for the purification of water. And when powdered alum, suppose you take muddy water in a glass, and you add some powdered alum. You can see that this colloidal particle, muddy particle get coagulated and water becomes clear. That is, purification of water is done by adding alum. Next, formation of delta. Formation of delta. Delta means the point at which seawater meets river water. One of the example is here, it is in Azhikal. That is the point at which river water meets seawater. How this delta is formed? You know, this river water carries colloidal clay, mud, etc. When this river water meets seawater, which contains various electrolytes, mainly as sodium chloride, in presence of that electrolyte, colloidal particle get deposited. In course of time, that develops into delta. That is why delta is formed. Plenty of fishes as well as that soil is somewhat fertile, etc. That is delta. And in earlier days, when anybody say this photographic film, that is the role of film. Photographic film contains colloidal solutions of AgBr. Colloidal AgBr is pasted over a celluloid paper, that is called film. Photography is based on the principle that in 10th standard you have studied about different types of decomposition reactions such as thermal decomposition, electrolysis and photolysis. Here photolysis takes place. That is the principle of photography. In presence of light, silver halide undergo decomposition. That is why after completing this, if we take photograph, then next step is it is subjected to developing and fixing. That is done in a separate area of studio which is called a dark room. That is, in presence of light, that silver halide undergo or photolysis takes place. Then artificial rain. While discussing coagulation, I think we explained this, how artificial rain is formed, and if you want I will explain once more. That is, cloud is a colloidal system, liquid aerosol that contains water droplets dispersed in air. When electrically charged sand particle is spread over cloud, what happens? This colloidal water droplets aggregate to form rain, that is artificial rain. And colloidal silver. Colloidal silver is known as argyrol. That argyrol is used in eye lotion. Argyrol is used in eye lotion. And colloidal antimony. Colloidal antimony is used for the treatment of a disease, sleepless disease, Kala-Azar. And for the time being, that is next area. By this we can wind up this lesson about emulsion, and as per the new syllabus revision, this emulsion part is also deleted, and if you want, I will just explain that. For this year, it is not included even in a board exam, but maybe asked for the competitive exam. Emulsion. Emulsion is a type of colloid in which both the dispersed phase and dispersion mediums are liquid. There are two types of emulsion. First one, oil in water emulsion. Oil in water emulsion. And the second one is water in oil emulsion. Oil in water and water in oil emulsion. Oil in water emulsion, oil is the dispersed phase, water is the dispersion medium. Example is milk. Water in oil emulsion, water is the dispersed phase, oil is the dispersion medium. Example, cod liver oil. While the classification of colloid on the basis of physical state of dispersed phase and medium, and in the case of dispersed phase liquid, dispersion medium liquid, so that system is called emulsion. And where I provide two examples, one is milk and other is cod liver oil, because they belongs to two different class. One is oil in water emulsion and the water in oil emulsion. These emulsions are usually unstable and get stabilized by the presence of foreign substance, that is called a emulsifying agent or emulsifier. And the nature of emulsion, whether it is water in oil emulsion or oil in water emulsion, can be tested simply by adding water. If the emulsion gets diluted, when water is added to milk, dilution takes place. And if the oil layer separate, it is oil in water emulsion. Okay. Then separation of an emulsion. Emulsion constitute two liquid components. Separation of an emulsion into liquid component is called de-emulsification. That is called de-emulsification. And that is about surface chemistry. And the deleted topics, mainly here we discuss about adsorption. It is as such for your exam. And the next part, catalysis. That part is almost deleted up to enzyme catalysis. And emulsion is also deleted topic. And next is about colloid. Colloid classification, all are remaining as such. Okay. If you have any doubt regarding that, you can ask. Okay, that's about surface chemistry, and I think already we are completed two topics. One is solution and other is surface chemistry, and mainly three small chapters such as metallurgy, polymers, everyday life, all are completely deleted in this academic year. And next we move through a chapter in organic chemistry, that is about coordination compound. That we will discuss in the next session. And by this, the physical, almost all chapters, that is physical chemistry part remains as such, and they delete the topic other than this numerical part, because they aims this competitive level examination. All the numerical part remains as such in each physical chemistry lessons, but they eliminate in electrochemistry they eliminate topics such as cells, direct concept, corrosion, that you have already studied in your lower class, while Colrash's law, Faraday's quantitative aspects, all these things remains as such. Okay, thank you.